me show you here. So this is just how you would create your annotated bibliography. In other words, it would look like, one of your short written assignments. Okay, it's going to have a heading, and it's going to have a page number. And let me take you to finding a scholarly source. Now, where I'm at is the UAPTC library. How I got there, if you just go to pulaskitech.edu, current students, and then under Tools for Success, UAPTC Libraries. And then I would go to databases. Either let's do databases by subject. And by the way, I'm kind of walking you through the outline that I've also provided that is sort of giving you a detailed outline of how to use the library database. Now you could go by subject. There's also these quick links over here that I'm going to take us right to. If you go to ProQuest, you'll have to enter your Pulaski Tech username and password. And it'll take just a second, and then here we go. So here we have a search engine, okay? So this is different from Google because this search engine is searching in a journal database called ProQuest. And so all that you will find has been vetted. They're reliable, good sources by scholars in the field. Okay, then if you just went to the internet, you kind of have to pick out sources your own and do the vetting yourself, which can be a little bit tiresome. You're very likely to get not very good sources. Okay, so this is why instructors like for you to use a library database. So we're going to do advanced search. And just for an example, let's say we'll do It Follows. That's a horror film that a student wrote about. Make sure you put it in quotes. Okay, otherwise it won't give you what you need. And film. And then I'm going to click search. Excuse me. Okay, and so what it's giving me is mostly reviews. It's a pretty recent film, so there's not a lot of in-depth literary analysis, kind of writing on it. But that's okay. These are respected journalistic outputs with critics and writers that are published. So these would count very well as far as something you can go from. Now notice that there are 20 that came up. So this is where you, as the researcher, will have to kind of do some digging to see which one would be acceptable or good for you. Okay. Here's one, for example, that says it follows, deviates from cliches. Cliches, that's a word that means expected or overused, kind of things. So like a cliche might be, there's no place like home. It usually refers to phrases. So we hear that phrase a lot. And so it's not really original. So if I wanted to do a section on genre criticism for ours, for one of our requirements of the final paper, this might be good because this is going to talk about probably how it differs from other horror films. So you can kind of look at the title. You can also go to abstract. The abstract gives you a synopsis. And this one is not really pulling up, it looks like. Okay, it's a pretty short synopsis. Usually an abstract is about 250 words or 500 words. So let's see full text, see if this gives us anything else. Yeah, so this is the actual review. And what you would do is just kind of read through it. skim through what you find, and if it doesn't seem like it's something you think you can use or that's insightful, then move on. Go to another one. Try to find another one. Okay. And to do that, you would just go back to results and kind of keep looking. So you're the researcher, you're the judge. You're trying to find, something. But if I want to, let's say I want to use this, look up here where it says, okay, where it says cite. So if I click that, it gives me what I would use for the citation. Okay. So let me just copy this, go back to my annotated bibliography document. Now, if I just copy and paste, look at the formatting there. That doesn't match, does it? Okay. So I might not want to do that. What I'll do then is right click. Okay, that's the source formatting, in other words, where you got it from. This is your document's formatting, and sometimes that's the same as the keep text only. So either one, it depends. I'm going to do merge formatting, and look here, there was a mistake. Looks like there's a couple of mistakes. Okay, so you do still have to kind of check it, to make sure that it looks good and but this is your citation, okay? And then underneath, I might give a description of why, you give a summary. So this is a movie review of my literary work, It Follows. Okay, remember to always separate your titles. I am choosing this piece because it talks about how the film stands out among other similar horror films. This will be useful for when I discuss genre. And there you go. I have a citation and a annotation, which is weighing why this is a good choice. Okay, so when you guys, and this is just one entry, remember you'll have 4. Okay, so the film would be one itself. Okay, and I'm going to make a separate video because we're running up on 13 minutes here. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we're going to need 4 entries. Okay, and so this is one way from the scholarly journal that it will give you a citation. There's another we're going to look at to generate the citations itself. Okay, now this will eventually go on to your works cited page. This is not your works cited page, but it is very much related. Okay.